Hello everyone. It is now still Thursday, February 27th, 2025. It is still Thursday. So it is now 10:32 p.m. at night. So thankfully I got help with a hotel room this morning. I was trying to get one of the cheaper rooms, but one of the cheaper hotels, but yesterday the discounted price was $51. But tonight I'm not saying how much it is. How much it was for tonight because of the stalkers. I know they would try to hunt for and look and try to figure out whatever. So I had to pay, a little. I had to pay more today than if I would have had the help yesterday. I could have paid $51, but I had to pay more today. But this one is one of the hotels that's a little bit more expensive. But it's a little bit more expensive today. So, but I can't publicly say what happened this morning. But I wish I could publicly talk about it, but I will one day. I guess I'll have to. I just can't publicly talk about it. But I had an upsetting moment this morning. But I'm not live streaming tonight because I've been dead tired lately. Dead tired, like extremely tired and exhausted, and need to rest my mind, my body, and need to rest spiritually also, I just need a break. I don't need not from live stream. I don't, not that I need a break from live streaming, but the thing is, I need a break from being high stressed with the harassment. I need a break from the high stress with the harassment. So, excuse me, I apologize. I'm sorry. If I disappointed y'all by not live streaming tonight, but as I said, I'm not taking a break from live streaming, but I'm just taking a temporary break from the high stress and harassment and, fake Darnell manipulating me to, for him to trigger my Tourette's. Excuse me, for him to trigger my Tourette's and cause me to scream and stuff, so I need a break from the high stress, because it's freaking senseless for them to, torture and harass and stalk and cause me distress unnecessarily. And they won't leave me alone. I can take a break and be away from online, and they're still like making harassing and threatening comments even when I'm taking a break or when I'm going to sleep or whatever, or if I'm traveling and switching from bus to bus or going from place to place, or if I'm unavailable to be online, they will still make fake new profiles, pretending to be other people, even pretending to be me, and harass me and stalk me and make false accusations, maliciously and intentionally lie and everything. So thankfully I had help this morning for another night, and as undeserved punishment for me getting help, the gang stalking network force urinated me. Um, I had my bladder pad on and still was, they hit me with the direct energy weapons and forced me to pee on myself, and I got a lot of urine on my pants. And um, after the hotel room and my breakfast was included, and I slept throughout lunch. So for dinner, after excuse me, the hotel room and dinner and all. Now last I checked, my bank account has $5.38 left, I think. So, my body needed rest. I had to do like 3 nights in a row out on the streets. And then, you know, so I think when I was live streaming super early this morning, I think I was blacking out and having what they call the micro sleeps. If you're sleep deprived and tired, and your body will and your mind will automatically shut down without your choice, no matter, you know, and sometimes it's for a few split seconds. So I think that I was having micro sleeps and blacking out during my live stream this morning. I think even on the bus on the way here. So um, I'm thankful and glad. Thanks to y'all who helped this morning. Thanks so much. So what I thought I was gonna get for breakfast, I saved those funds to have for dinner. So um like I came here and I can't say what happened when I after I got here, but once I went to my I went down to take my pants and my soiled clothes off and put them in one of my black trash bags. Excuse me, and then I went down to eat breakfast, and I came back upstairs, took a shower, and it was easy to hand wash my pair of undies. That was the last clean pair that got dirty, and I need to do laundry anyway. But now I don't have enough money to do laundry. I don't have enough funds to do laundry. Um, and I had to use the regular hotel soap to take a shower today. And I hand washed my underclothes. I mean, the undergarments with the hotel soap. So then I took a shower and I went straight to sleep. And I don't remember if it was I think it was about 7:45 when I got here. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But I don't know if it was about 8 o'clock when I went down to eat breakfast. I don't remember what time it was. Then but all I know is I don't remember if it was 9 o'clock or 9:45 when I laid. It could have been 9 o'clock, 9:30, 9:45. I do not remember what time it was that I went to sleep this morning, but it was definitely before 10 o'clock. Excuse me. So then it was before 10 o'clock, and then See, I'm starting to doze off again. And I slept from, I don't remember if I took any breaks, if it was 11 o'clock or 11:45 or 1 something, if I may have woke up and gone to the bathroom or something. And then, so I guess it was a couple of times throughout the middle of the night. And then I think, I'm sorry, not the middle of the night, the middle of the day, during the middle of the day. But then I woke up at 3, and then I was still tired and went back to sleep. And I woke up, and again, I think it was about 4:45 or something. It was before 5 o'clock. Um, so this Wi-Fi at this hotel is slower than, it's kind of slower. So if I was still at the sleep in, or if I was at the library, the Wi-Fi the videos could have been uploaded way earlier today. Excuse me, but it's taken a while. So y'all probably won't see this video until the middle of the night or later on in the morning. Y'all probably won't see this video. So, I guess after 5 o'clock, I was, spent time trying to upload the videos from yesterday evening and earlier to this morning. And also I was, trying to watch some, watch some YouTube videos. And then, trying to, watch some YouTube videos. And then I got my dinner, and I had grilled chicken. For breakfast, I had oatmeal with peanut butter. It was cinnamon spice flavor oatmeal and some peanut butter, and eggs, sausage, and like 1 cup of cranberry juice and 1 cup of lemonade, and some, what else? And 2 little cups of milk. And for dinner I didn't have lunch. Didn't have enough money for lunch. But as I said, I used the funds for dinner, and I slept through lunch time anyway, But then for dinner, I had 3 pieces of grilled chicken, 2 thighs, and 1 leg. And I had this special kind of yummy, good sauce. And I had, and I also had, I guess it was a Hawaiian sweet dinner roll or something. Hawaiian, I don't know. It didn't quite taste as sweet as Hawaiian rolls, but I had a little dinner roll. And I had a dinner roll, and so I had French fries, the grilled chicken dinner roll, and a cookie, and I had this special sauce. And so I didn't order a drink, because I make sure to drink some water, because since I didn't have pure water to drink this morning, I had the water with my dinner, and I felt like, I just felt dehydrated. But then I try to, I was trying to continue to drink water until I wasn't thirsty anymore. I slept throughout the day, you know, I had no sleep last night, even though I made attempts, but I felt the need to like constantly like be hyper vigilant and watch my back because you know when I mean because of the incident that happened, like it was almost 2 o'clock this morning, and then the incident from the other day when they had the perp that was so I have to, it's I mean it's New Orleans and the city is bigger than Pensacola, Florida, so um it's more dangerous and dirtier than Pensacola. So um so I had to you know I couldn't get to fall asleep, and I made attempts at trying to sleep for a few seconds, but then would get scared, like wondering, oh, is someone behind me, or or scared that someone is near me, or scared that someone's gonna hurt me, or whatever. And I kept just jumping, and every time the wind blew, like, and that would happen like a lot of nights. But I was extremely tired in the middle of the night and couldn't really sleep. So, um, but earlier this morning I received harassing comments, and also fake Darnell was harassing me under the fake Seal Hater account tonight or this evening. I had to keep blocking him, and I put down, I so I had between yesterday and today I had to put like not everything that I screenshot, but I had a lot to share with so much of the harassment, lies, threats, fake profiles, and everything. You know, to and if certain people get annoyed and yell at me and say, "Why don't you just block them?" And I do block them, but they come back with fake new profiles, and I screenshot. The reason why I've been sharing more publicly, sharing more of their harassment and everything is because of the jail and this other new jail and court thing that I have to deal with. And I'm terrified of having to do time in jail. I've, like, throughout my years, I never had to do time in jail like this. All because someone called themselves, um, it's not a prank what fake Darnell is doing. With him illegally swatting me. And let's see, it's 10:50. Okay, so in less than, well, I mean, it'll be a little over 1 hour will be the date of the anniversary of last year's wrongful arrest. And when I got arrested last year by those two masculine female cops, that was a swatting incident because it was shortly after I uploaded the video, and then they illegally swatted me, and the stalkers lied and said that they owned that house. Just like when fake Darnell called called the cops and lied and said that he owns that library. And the police are stupid. Because personally, I myself have never slept at an abandoned house before then. I never slept at an abandoned house, even though people had heavily urged me to go stay in abandoned houses. But I was always, excuse me, too scared, you know. But but I my I myself have never stayed like in like I've heard of people homeless people tell me that they would live in or stay in abandoned houses and stuff, living inside of abandoned houses. I never did that before. I never had a tent. I never lived out in the woods. Um, but I had to sleep in Pensacola, sleep on the streets with the sleeping bag. And I would spray and sanitize the ground, with the rubbing alcohol at, the home, whatever homeless sleep spot. And then um, put the sleeping bag down and lay down. And, some moments, a lot of nights I was able to sometimes get to sleep unbothered in downtown Pensacola. But I did get messed with, like, gang stalk like almost every night. Excuse me, but on rare occasions I've been like either attacked or assaulted, or someone trying to sexually assault me or trying to do me something in my sleep. Like in 2019, when I was by the abandoned bank that turned into a beautiful Korean Japanese fusion restaurant that turned out to be one of my favorite restaurants in Pensacola. Um, excuse me. And the owner was a perp and kept trying to wrongfully ban me from there. She kept just making up shit and lying on me on purpose, trying very hard to wrongfully ban me from there. She was a satanic perp, but they had the best doggone food I think I ever had in my life, pretty much. Like, I loved the turtle cheesecake and the sushi pie, and only once or twice, I got to try the cream cheese stuffed salmon. Um, but their their chicken wings, the way they fry or cook the chicken wings is so hard that it I think that's part of how I ended up partially how I ended up with the tooth abscess problem. Partially. But the main reason how I ended up with the tooth abscess in 2021 was because fake TI perps and regular perps gang stalking and harassing me online, and it had me too depressed to even take care of myself or brush my teeth or anything. You know, and I was depressed and eating ice cream pretty much every day. It would be like $2 or $3 ice cream every day to help me feel better while I was dealing with, the gang stalking. And had basically nobody on my side. Nobody. And the fake TI perps that I thought were legit TIs that were fake the whole time, and refused to step in and defend me. And I'm like, well, I thought that was what a real friend would do. Go to bat for it and defend you. Not just sit there and knowing that you're disadvantaged and disabled, to sit there and just let you be harassed and not step in and say anything. Excuse me. Or refused to even hear any of your complaints or anything you got to say. Or they victim blame and kick you down even harder when you're at your lowest. So, and it was around the time that I got illegally swatted and wrongfully fired and banned from the Sky Zone job. You know, so, yes, that was a Star Bricker illegally swatted me, you know, in March of 2021, illegally doing what fake Darnell is doing now. Um, So, but what else was I gonna say? Um, can't even think properly right now. But anyway, but I never lived out in the woods. I don't know where to go out in the woods to go live. I don't have a car. I don't have a way to travel somewhere out in the woods. And I don't think I would know how to survive out in the woods. And excuse me. Certain people say, "Oh, just go live outside in the woods." But other people say, "Don't go out, live out in the woods because it's dangerous and it's pointless because the perps will find you there too." You know, they're saying, "Oh, don't go out in the woods. It's dangerous." You know, and I don't have anywhere where I could put a tent. And they say, "Do not go under the bridge because it's dangerous and a lot of people die or get killed if you're homeless and living underneath the bridge." And then my OCD and everything, yeah. But the stuff I have to carry around is a little bit of a burden. So, I mean, I've been wrongfully, even with just one bag, if people figure out, "Oh, you're obvious homeless," I end up getting wrongfully kicked out of and banned from places and dealing with discrimination. So I try to keep my belongings to a minimum. And, because it's winter and cold, I have an extra bag I have to carry around. But if it weren't for that, I just would walk around with one backpack by itself. I don't have a storage unit anymore like I used to. I can't get a storage unit. Um, so I don't have a storage unit. I can't get a storage unit, and I don't have. It's not like Pensacola. I don't have like any hiding spots to do this and do that. You know, um, but I'm glad I remembered since I veered off topic. I remember being in downtown Pensacola and seeing homeless men sleeping by a house that's for sale, that the sign says for sale. And they go and sleep there to protect themselves out of the rain. The cops didn't say anything, you know. Um, but because the online stalkers lied and said that they owned that house and thought it was funny, um, those two masculine female officers, I was about to get shot and killed. I think they did pull a gun out on me. Excuse me. And even the fake public defender guy, he even confirmed. I mean, it's like he even confirmed that they did in fact pull a gun out on me. I thought those were flashlights they pulled out on me, but um, looks like, and I was about to get my stuff and leave, but that would not have happened if it weren't for the situation a couple of days before that with the five boys, and then the fake officer told me that I was trespassed from the area by the old Gretna Ferry. But I heard that officer was not supposed to do that either because the area by the old Gretna Ferry is public property. It's not private. And I never could sleep. They try to say, oh, you're camping or living over there. No, I was just, trying to have some place to exist, until daylight, and then I could go to the library or in that case, either the library or the Riverwalk or something. But you know, excuse me, like I'm feeling really sad about, you know, like in 2023, fake Darnell will harass me every night with fake new accounts when I was in Bloomington, Texas, and he would harass me and falsely accuse me of lying about being from New Orleans. Now, like, well, if my twin sister said, "Oh, I'm from New Orleans," you would believe her. But for me to say the same thing, you say, "Oh, I'm lying," or you say, "Prove you're from New Orleans." Demand that I prove I'm from New Orleans. But okay, you won't even show your real face or name or identity, but demanding proof. And it's the multiple of the stalkers that hide their face and name, but always falsely accuse me of lying and demanding proof of this, proof of that. When it's not their business. Just, leave me alone. I don't have anything to prove to you. So, once I got here to New Orleans, it's like let the games begin with me being wrongfully kicked out of pretty much, well, let's see, how many restaurants am I wrongfully banned from? I don't even think Panera Bread is considered a restaurant, but I guess it's a coffee shop. I thought about doing like a regular blog post to do an update on more places that I'm wrongfully kicked out of and banned from. You know, but in Pensacola, it was about as many as many restaurants as hotels. It's like I ended up being wrongfully kicked out of and banned from like what felt like damn near half the freaking restaurants in downtown Pensacola. You know, but I mean, they have certain places of business that have zero tolerance for poor and homeless, and not everybody that's homeless is bad, you know, but there are some bad ones. But and certain people say that not every homeless druggie is a bad person because they might be dealing with abuse or be on hard times or something, or just going through something, you know. But I heard about this thing called crimes of survival, but I never thought of, me personally, never thought of to intentionally commit like that police officer when I got wrongfully arrested last year and taken to jail. Like the police officer falsely accused me of wanting to go to jail on purpose just to get out of the code. And I'm like, no, it's not even like that. I have OCD. I basically terrified of jail and prison, where jail is dirty and cold. Jail is filthy. Jail looks just like a damn homeless shelter. I'm not kidding. When the jail guards get you up early in the morning, like 5 o'clock, it's like reminiscent of my homeless shelter experiences. So that fake Miss Francois was the one who kicked me out of the freaking Salvation Army, and they take your money. You're paying to live in jail. Who wants that? And the New Orleans Mission jail, they try to take all your money, and these homeless shelters are set up like cults, and they wrongfully kicked me out of and banned me permanently forever. I got kicked out of New Orleans Mission so many times, or banned from, and to the point where, I'm wrongfully banned forever. They treat you like a doggone criminal at these shelters, and they molest you and then talk about frisking you and stuff. And they just sexually perverted and just want to touch your freaking private parts and get off on it, and then lie and say that they're frisking for weapons. And they just confiscate and take all your belongings, and sometimes you don't even get it back. Like when I went to the homeless shelter in the Bronx, New York, they confiscated my cell phone, talking about that we weren't allowed to have, and it was a brand new phone. I was so mad. And they confiscated my phone and would not give it back. This is how y'all treat homeless people. So I've shared informational slides and memes. I wouldn't call them memes, but informational slides and stuff. Talking about how homelessness is an elimination from society is one of the goals of the what gang stalkers do to targeted individuals, and which will ultimately lead into your death. One of the main goals, some of the main goals of the gang stalking is to discredit you, make you look like a mental patient, force you into the mental health system, force you into jail or prison, set you up, frame you, lie on you, turn everybody against you, strip you of everything. You can't hold on to or have any likes in this world. Excuse me. Stuff you love all your life, you end up being forced to have to turn to hate it. End up hating your favorite things, that stuff that was your favorite all your life. The gang stalking will turn you to making you hate what you loved all your life. So say for example, if you like to shoot pool, I'm just using that for an example, or if you like to play basketball and that's your favorite thing to do, dealing with gang stalking, they would turn you to be forced to hate it, or like, oh, I don't like playing basketball no more, or if if watching movies is your favorite thing, they gang stalk you so much to the point you end up hating what you love to do. Stuff that you love, that's your passion, and something that you're zealous about. They torture you to the point where they try to get you to hate what you always loved. If you love to travel, but they give you a hard time to the point where you just give up on wanting to travel anymore, if that's your thing that you like to do. If you have a hobby of sewing, or knitting, crocheting, whatever, or if you like to cut hair and you're a barber, or they harass you to a point where you just don't have a passion for it or a desire for it anymore, and that's another way. If it's a money making opportunity, you end up losing finances. They strip you of all your social life. They strip you of everything. When you're targeted. But it's very difficult to keep going. I still love my writing, and I feel like, well, wow, if I have to be wrongfully forced to have to do time in jail. And I have to go to jail, and fake Darnell illegally swatted me, lied on me, had me wrongfully taken to jail. I had to pay fees and go to court, and now I have to go back to court. And then he's trying to make things to where I will have no opportunity to have a hotel room like the night before or the night after jail. So do you want me to go to court stinky and dirty, and looking bad? And I mean, and so how could I get a shower? How can I get rest? How can I get a change of clothes? Or how can I even get help to get these things? So I mentioned about how the I need to figure out. I have not much time because now I have less than 2 weeks to figure out a way. Also, I need all the Christian prayers in Jesus' name that I can get, that they have a change of heart and just dismiss and drop the charges. The public defender, I know that I got upset and blocked his number last year, but but I didn't even realize that something like this would happen again. And I thought by now, I thought they would be like a different or a new public defender, but I don't know if they're playing games or if this is part of the gang stalking, and they're forcing me to just have a public defender and nobody else. If they might have other public defenders, how is it that they have only one public defender for the city of Gretna? But then on this phone I could not find a way to. His number wasn't shown in the blocked numbers, but excuse me, on this phone. But I tried to call and leave a message, and I don't know if he tried to call back, or I don't even know if if the message got through to him for me to call him. But I felt like I didn't even want to talk to or deal with him at all. Because, and I know for a fact that he's younger than me. And, for him to be young and probably a rookie and then a know-it-all narcissist, and he's a perp too, and he waited till after he manipulated and swindled and scammed me and was very crooked, and then he fake apologized for what the cops did when he should have apologized for also what he did. He was stubborn and not trying to listen to me at all. Clearly not on my side at all. Had his mind made up and trying to manipulate and scare me, and was a total asshole the first phone conversation. I'm 41 years old. I was 40 at the time when it happened. This is my first time having to deal with all of this. And then I realized that a lot of cops, when they call themselves trying to enforce the laws, I myself admit that I don't know all the laws, but I know if I'm doing something for a whole year, almost every day, how all of a sudden it's wrong or against the law after a year just because somebody said something. You can't do that anymore. So I heard that the officers, that say, oh, you're at a closed business. I heard that the fact that the library is public property and that our tax dollars pay for it, and that they are incorrect at trying to ban you from libraries. I mean, trying to jail or trespass you from libraries and parks and stuff because it's public property and they shouldn't be allowed to do that. But it's all about them being on power trips and, being power hungry psychopaths and narcissistic abusers. Just looking for the cops. They just looking for trouble. They're not even looking for to keep peace and order. And it's a damn shame because, I see Gretna's a way smaller city, and they cry about the over policing of Gretna and the under policing of New Orleans. Why don't they trade places? And then people talk about that the Gretna police is racist. But I wonder, how do the black Gretna police officers deal with this, with the racism? Or do they just hide? I mean, do the white officers, do they just hide their racism? I mean, how, if they hate us black citizens, how do they deal with the black officers? And then, yeah, I've been hearing throughout my life that Gretna police is racist. And also I heard the same thing with West Wego police being racist against blacks. But then, yeah. So I mean, I don't even know if it's too late or if what can be done for a money hungry, power hungry system that just throws, whether you're innocent or guilty, just throw everybody in jail. And I heard some white people in Gretna say that they've been victims of being innocent and falsely accused and thrown in jail also, by a crooked police system. And I heard that there's a such thing as judicial organized crime with the judges and everything. In New Orleans metro area, period, I heard Louisiana is supposedly one of the most corrupt states in the country. But this is my hometown. And I had been homesick. And, but, a few days ago I felt, or a couple of days ago, I felt like I need a vacation. Like, I feel like I need to, but I can't now because of the fake criminal charges, But I mean, even if there's, evidence that that fake Darnell lied and that I was illegally swatted, I mean, and it's like when it comes to, I mean, I don't even think it's due to, the officers or whoever being lazy. It's just that this is part of the gang stalking, and they just, want the target to look bad. And they, even with people who had like they set you up, frame you, lie on you, and throw you in jail or the mental hospital, and beat you into submission and torture you to the point where you're re-educated and a mind control slave. And it's like, it's not that even that I'm going to jail for committing crimes. It's their way of I mean, they say that basically they torture you to the point until you give in while you're in jail or the mental hospital, and try to turn you into a perp or a mind control bot, slave, or whatever, in part of the human trafficking. I'm innocent and have not committed crimes, or did not have criminal intent. All these years I've been homeless. What make y'all think I just want to just start committing crimes now? And y'all know that fake Darnell is doing all this shit to me. He ain't the only one, and he wasn't the first. And I don't think he will be the last or the final one. Because they got new perps coming on the scene every day. New recruits to the cult. I mean, fake Darnell tried to tell me that I'm going to do time in jail. And then after serving my sentence for a year and a half, three different criminal charges, 6 months, then, we're going to traffic you to a brothel in Shreveport. He told me these things. Looking down the community post. So, a man named Kent Hovind. Some people, well, I don't know if his name was Kent Hovind or Hovind. Hovind. And he used to speak the truth about creationism versus evolution in the Bible and everything. And then I heard he got wrong. He was targeted, wrongfully set up, and framed and thrown in jail. And I heard that they beat him into submission until they got him to sell out. And now I guess they got him not doing the same thing anymore and spreading disinformation, and even his own kids and his family sold him out and turned against him and were compromised, So even the stalkers are bragging and laughing, talking about that I'm gonna die in jail. If you look at the most recent community post, fake Darnell was trying to tell me that I'm going to die alone and either die in jail or die on a bench, meaning, die on a bench out homeless. Those homeless perps from early in the morning, several hours ago, if I didn't have my phone camera, they could have been out to kill me or hurt me. And it's like a lot of people are ignoring my cries for help, ignoring my evidence, my documentation. They think I'm the problem. They got their minds made up. They don't care about right and wrong. They don't care about morality. All they care about is to judge morality based on whether or not they like you. If they like you, if they don't like you. If they like you in their eyes, you're right. But if they don't like you, you're wrong. So my mind is scrambled right now. My mind is scrambled. I can't even think properly. Friday will be here soon. Tomorrow, it's very short time until Friday, tomorrow. So they raised the prices because this is considered Mardi Gras weekend. This is Mardi Gras weekend. And they're raising the prices. I would hate to have to suffer out on the streets. They might be trying to do rituals or do something to me. And I wish and I need a quick solution of how they can, if I'm praying, if there is any kind of, if God can intervene and step in and make a miracle, excuse me, for them to, even for them to contact me before the court date and tell me that all three of those charges are dropped and dismissed. And I could go on about my life and fulfill my writing mission as a self-published author. And continue with my writing and my goals and everything. But this jail and court thing is all about it's all about human trafficking me. It's not that I committed a crime or did something wrong. And this is part of the New World Order elimination, eugenics, human extermination. That they said that when you're targeted, you're kicked out of society and you don't have the same privileges and rights as everybody else. That's why I was trying to do that blog post to explain that targeted homelessness is you don't get the same privileges as so-called normal or regular homeless people. Excuse me. Now, I would talk longer, but um, this video will not be uploaded until later in the morning. So, what sometime in the middle of the night or later in the morning, I'm not sure what time the video will be done uploading. So that's why I can't talk on here as long as I want to. But I'm thankful and glad to get to speak my mind and say what I need to say without distraction, disruption, and without having to be censored and silenced. The stalkers are there after my soul, and they're trying to do me in. And they're talking. I mean, there have been warnings that people want to blood sacrifice me. They've been harassing me. Even in 2003, I was told that I was not going to live to see my 40th birthday, but I lived to see that. They were talking about my demise for the year 2024. But there are the Christian people who are saying that God won't let them kill me. I'm praying and hoping that He will intervene and miraculously get them to drop the criminal charges, and not against just me, but anybody else that's innocent. Everybody that's innocent. Like, there was a female in jail that was she said that she was falsely accused of something she didn't do. I don't remember her situation. And she had to go to court in jail. I think it was mistaken identity or something. I don't want to get her story mixed up. And she was from Mississippi. And she helped to give me some encouragement. You know. And she looked and talked just like someone that I saw on a YouTube video that exposed the truth about Section 8 programs. That being targeted, it would be hard for you to try to get Section 8, or they try to block that, or block you trying to get whatever you need to get. They impede everything about your life, or try to get you kicked off of this, kicked out of that, banned from here, there, whatever, But there was another person that was in jail this time, and I saw her on the bus a couple of days ago, And it's like, well, I didn't even recognize her, but she recognized me from jail. Yeah, I mean, as I said, me going to jail, that's not Candy Grand Prix. That's not the life that I live. But Fake Darnell himself and the other stalkers are lying and committing fraud. And there's nasty, filthy, satanic sex traffickers, Luciferian, satanic sex trafficking, sex and death cult. That they're trying to beat me into submission. They're trying to get me to lose my soul and join them. And because I won't, they're trying to destroy every aspect of my life irreparably and trying to kill me. Who the hell sits around and fantasize about, fake Darnell and other stalkers, including my twin sister and other family members? They're all rubbing their hands together and, just can't wait for me to die. Or can care less about what happens to me. How do I have any brothers who could care less about me and won't be there to be protective or go to bat for and defend me? Now, I wanted to say this, if Wyatt, I wasn't on good terms with any of the family. I'm still not. But, Wyatt said bad things about me before he passed away. And, you know, but how come I couldn't say that Wyatt was a gang stalker too? But when I die, how come it's okay for the family to badmouth me after I'm dead? Wyatt actually teamed up with my twin sister to lie on me about Blake before Wyatt died himself. And then the stalkers and my twin sister coming up with more false new narratives. And I still have not gotten the opportunity to talk about part two of why 2024 was bad. Such a bad year. Um, but I wish I could go on and talk more and more and release and vent, while it's quiet. Thankfully I got peace and quiet tonight. Um, but as I said, I wish I could go on and talk longer and talk more, but the Wi-Fi here is slow. I mean, well, yeah, for me to try to upload videos is not that fast. So, but it's almost Friday. It's Mardi Gras weekend. And for me to be terrorized on the streets for another, let's see, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 more nights, probably 5 more nights, because even though I'm getting my $727 of Social Security check and have to pay the so-called public defender or whatever $40, and then pay who knows what other fees I have to pay, and I have to pay my phone bill, monthly bus passes for March. Let's see, phone bill, bus passes, and my mind went blank. I thought I had more bills or expenses. I can't think at the moment. I can't get the government phones anymore, the free government phones, so that's why I have to pay, I think it's $60 a month for my phone. It was 50, but now it's $60 a month for my phone. And the bus passes for both parishes is a total of for the disabled bus pass for the month is $44. Because I had to pay those bond fees or whatever fees this month, February, and I had to, I could not I couldn't get the month $44 passes. So like for Jefferson Parish for the month is $30, and Orleans Parish is $14 for the month with the disabled bus passes. But I don't have a great outlook on, I mean, so like that Monday, March 3rd, and then the Tuesday, March 4th, I may not be able to get into any hotel or motel. If I do, it would be a miracle. But I could not afford to pay um, over $100 per night. So I might have to, this might be the only lucky night to be in a hotel until at least next Wednesday, probably, you know. But by it being Mardi Gras weekend and the holiday rituals, and Mardi Gras is, I don't care who gets upset. I'm trying to tell the truth. I've researched that Mardi Gras is rooted in paganism, and certain people say it's also has witchcraft and voodoo related to it too. But dang, um, but I admit that I had a few. I mean, I had king cake a few times this month, like maybe 3 or 4 times this month I've had king cake. But I got caught in the middle of parades, trying to go to the homeless sleep spot. Um, you know, but I didn't really, but I did not participate in the parades and catching beads. And with my OCD, and then as I said, me being homeless and got to keep my bags to a minimum, I don't have any space or opportunity to put any beads anywhere or any cups or anything like that. I would rather collect the cups than the beads. I never really, I you know, there's not. I mean, I have no reason to have beads. There's nothing I could do with the beads, but you know, the cups, you could use it to drink with, but yeah, I didn't want to catch anything, or I just was trying to get to my homeless sleep spot and get away from the get away from the Mardi Gras stuff, But people say that Mardi Gras is used to encourage people to sin all you want. And then after Ash Wednesday all the way through Easter, people pretending to be fake holy for 40 days until Easter, and then go back to their wicked ways or normal ways or whatever, Where people feel like, oh, I gave up chocolate for Lent, or I gave up this for Lent and gave up that for Lent, But but and it's like a lot of the satanic rituals and the witchcraft, just like with the Super Bowl and everything. When fake Darnell prank called the police and illegally swatted me, and had a fake mental health welfare check, and got the Louisiana State Police. So it's 11:40 right now. Dang, I just can't keep. I mean, I just got a lot I need to talk about, a lot to say. I'm praying for a miracle that they drop the criminal charges against me and let me go on about my life, and find fake Darnell and whoever else is in cahoots with him, take them all down. So I'm innocent. I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything wrong. And yeah, I'm gonna continue to. I'm not gonna let them bully me to taking a pleading guilty. I mean, I didn't realize that it was illegal for the public defender to bully and threaten me to not take the case to trial. Plus, he was denying me of my constitutional rights, that every human being has a right to trial. And for him to threaten me and use coercion and intimidation and manipulation. You know, I wasn't supposed to have to pay no freaking $200 and say, oh yeah, I'm guilty. Like, he threatened and manipulated me and forced me against my will to you know, plead guilty and do the deferred prosecution, and threatened me that I better not take the case to trial. And then trying to tell me I'm wasting my time, and he acted like he felt threatened by me trying to take the case to trial. He was he was shady. And that's why I don't want to deal with him again this time. So, in the meantime, with them raising the prices pretty much double for the weekend, I'm gonna either have to be forced out on the streets for between 3 and 5 days at least, and and dealing with either gang stalkers coming near me and doing crazy stuff, or fake Darnell illegally swatting me, or somebody might outright murder me or do me something. You know, I don't know what will happen. I don't know what craziness, like, they are going behind my back and conspiring and having meetings. Like, I heard that the online stalkers are having Discord meetings about their plans to destroy me and everything. You know, and they're planning, and they're talking about doing a change.org petition, you know, to slander me and lie on me and defame me and, you know, do all these things, you know. So I'm going to get off here before midnight. It's 11:44 right now. So I got, last I checked, I think it's $5.38 left in the bank. So I didn't get a lot of the rubbing alcohol, so I'm definitely going to need some more. I still need some more of my lavender oil soap. Or I guess I have to just do without the soap until Monday. And but I definitely need some more rubbing alcohol at least. I got my trash bags. They're vibrating my body. So I'm gonna have to check out of here tomorrow morning. At at noon. I'm gonna have to check out and go back on the streets. And I'm really scared because the library's closing at 5, and the stalkers will illegally swat me, or I'm hoping that they wouldn't. And I'm, you know, feeling terrified and scared. Yeah, it's Mardi Gras weekend, and that Comfort Suites in Harvey, where I think I'm wrongfully banned from there, the staff themselves didn't tell me you're banned from here. But the online stalkers are saying that the staff said you're banned from here. You know, so I don't have a final confirmation. But that hotel is $999 for tomorrow night. I'm like, y'all can't be serious. A lot of these hotels are like raising the prices to like double and triple. Unlike for the Super Bowl and stuff, you know, they had some of these hotels like $500 and $600. No way in hell could I afford that for one night. You know, but that $60 motel, I'm wrongfully banned. And they said, oh, because of your YouTube videos. Well, I never spoke anything bad about the workers there until after I got wrongfully kicked out and banned. And for me to document what happened, that's not talking bad. You know, and they said, "Oh, you're on a do not rent list because of your YouTube videos." But because from another hotel or motel that the stalkers showed y'all online, um, I'm able to eat breakfast tomorrow. I need help with laundry since my pants and socks and stuff got, you know, urinated on from the forced urination with the direct energy weapons. As I said, as undeserved punishment for me getting help with a hotel room, the stalkers, I've been having to pee all morning and peed several times, you know, excuse me, and they, forced urinated me, and even this evening and tonight, forced urinated me where I could barely make it to the bathroom. But was like when I almost didn't make it to the bathroom, but successfully made it. Like I have to go pee right now. So, um, as I said, I'm trying to figure out what I need, and so yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to so tomorrow if things are go normal, I can eat breakfast here. And then if I got donations and help for laundry, then I can overnight once y'all see this video, if I can get help with laundry, I can, wash my clothes. And I wouldn't be able to use my lavender oil soap because I'm very low on it, so I would have to use, I guess, the regular laundry detergent to wash my clothes. And if I can get help to wash my clothes, but if not, then I guess I have to just, I'm trying to dry my pants let my pants air dry as much as possible. But I don't know if they might still be wet and pissy, you know. But if I can get a way to get, help to get my laundry done, that would be great. I would have to take $20 out of the ATM if I got donations. If I got help, I would have to take 20 out of the ATM and then ask for at least a roll or one or two rolls of quarters, and then wash my clothes and wash my clothes and then put them back on, and then excuse me. But if not, then as I said, I would just have to wear my clothes as is and freaking out with my OCD and everything. And um, I need help with more bottles of rubbing alcohol. That could help eliminate the smell and sanitize and disinfect. Um, but I my mind went blank. So yeah, so if things go normal, I'm good with breakfast tomorrow since they have it here. I guess I can survive and not eat lunch. But with me having only $5.38, I would need help with dinner, and it would suck for me to have to suffer out on the streets in the cold. So basically, I need help with well, I guess I just hold out with my soap and wait until Monday to get my special soap. I try to hold out and wait until Monday, but I need urgent help with funds for laundry and a few more bottles or a couple more bottles of the rubbing alcohol and dinner. You know, so if I can get to like certain stores, they would charge like $2.99 for the bottle, and other places they charge like $5. But wherever I got to get the convenience to get it, um, so and also yeah, bus fare. I keep forgetting. So yeah, I slept from 9 o'clock tonight. I mean, sorry, that's not true. About 9 or 9:45 this morning. I don't remember what time it was. All the way through like five something, and I was like sleepy and tired, and trying to just rest my body. And I had to deal with harassment again today online, and dealing with the gang stalking in person. I couldn't catch every perp, but you know, um, as I said, I had that clown incident with the fake perp couple that they came and sat right by me, and first thing they did once they got comfortable is light up a cigarette, start smoking, and they were harassing and gang stalking me, and then an online perp falsely accused me of harassing people who aren't telling me anything, which isn't true. Um, they came over. It was clear that they came over to gang stalk and harass me. Then, as I said, there was a big dirty white dog on a leash with a dirty red. The leash was dirty and red. The dog tried to approach me, and I pulled out my mace. I'm sorry, the pepper spray, and excuse me, and I missed the dog's eyes, but the dog got scared off and ran away. But I didn't know if the dog. It came and ran to me, but it wasn't aggressive or angry or nothing. Excuse me, but I was scared and terrified. Then they had that female that tried to walk into me and trying to ask me if I'm okay and trying to insinuate that I was crazy. Then she started to cuss me out and threaten me and stuff. You know. Um. So it's 11:55 p.m. My mind is not clear, but I tried as best as I could to articulate my what my needs are and articulate everything. Keep me in your prayers. I'm not even out here trying to do wrong, not trying to commit any crimes or anything. The stalkers are trying to traffic me. They're trying to do me in. They're trying to ruin me. I don't deserve this. None of us do. And I'm getting off here now. Thanks for listening to me. I love y'all. Y'all won't see this video for quite a few hours.